talked about. I'm familiar with studies that show that there are no consequences for trans people that use cross-hormone therapy, and I'm familiar with many studies that show that there are great benefits to their health and well-being because
I've got it right here.
them.
Transsexuals had brain volumes in agreement with their sex at birth. The intracranial volume and the hypothalamus volume of males were larger than females, irresponsive of condition of transsexualism. This supports the notion that the brain volume changes in transsexuals are related to cross-sex hormone treatment and do not reflect pre-existent differences in brain volume between transsexuals and comparisons. So, isn't it possible for a doctor to take this? This comes from medical journals to say, well, we know the changes occur after the sex hormone replacement therapy, and we know that that can be bad, so let's hold off. Or is that doctor ignorant? Because I want to make sure we frame in the language, because there are a lot of doctors out there who would probably agree with you, except for when it comes to the medicine.
I mean, that's not the mainstream understanding whatsoever. You have one study that has one particular factual. No, it's not what the American Medical Association says. It's not what the American Psychiatric Association says. You have one doctor, Paul McHugh at Johns Hopkins, who has many anti-LGBT biases.
Well, hold on a second. You talked about doctors. Now you've gone from what's mainstream. You said I've not seen those, so we provided you with empirical data studies. You said, well, I've not seen that, and then you go to some doctors say this, and we could both agree, right? There's a political motivation behind a ton of what happens in the medical industry. I'm sure we're on board with that. Probably with big pharmaceuticals, probably with medical boards. We'd agree on that when it comes to a lot of things. So now we've denied the data and the statistics, and we've gone to what one doctor has said.
I'm on board with medical organizations actually using, I'm only familiar with one doctor who advocates against cross-hormone therapy and transitioning for trans people, and that's Paul McHugh at Johns Hopkins, and that's where Johns Hopkins gets that reputation. So I'm not familiar with the study that you cited. I'm not sure I understand what it is you're concluding from that study, except something about how brains change. But what I know is
the difference is I've not concluded something.
That shows that. Excuse me, I'd like to finish.
But it's not fair. I can't let you get away with that though and say I only know one doctor. That's not accurate, Zach. There's more than one doctor on planet Earth who thinks that injecting estrogen into a man or abnormal levels of testosterone into a woman could be bad. The only point I'm making here is that doesn't mean that this sector of the medical industry or America or the world means they're bigoted or ignorant. You're drawing a conclusion. I'm not. I'm saying, is it within the bounds of reason that a doctor may not want to treat that because the science isn't in, and it doesn't necessarily make them a transphobic bigot? It's a simple question.
Fuck capitalism, fuck racism, fuck sexism, Islamophobia, and fuck Trump supporters. What's your biggest problem with Trump?
All his views.
Can you name one?
He's sexist.
In what sense?
The fact that he doesn't support abortion and the woman's right to choose.
But I think a good 50% of women in America are also pro-life.
A lot of women aren't.
Right, but if 50% of a group is something, then...
I'd like to see those statistics.
All right, well, if hypothetically 50% of the women were pro-life, would it still be sexist to be anti-abortion?
I'd really like to see your statistics.
I know, but hypothetically, if I was right...
I don't go by hypothetical.
Well, we don't have a computer here. We can't look it up.
So I can't answer your question.
All right. What happened in there?
I was protesting for what I feel is right.
Were you right up at the front?
I was not.
Oh. What was the protesting? Just yelling?
Yeah.
And then you got dragged out?
Yeah.
Freaking jerk. I gotta hand it to you. It is pretty brave to come here. I mean, the odds of you getting punched are pretty high.
I know.
Like if you went to a Rush concert, this is the analogy I keep using, and you yelled Rush sucks, and then on the way out you were telling people that you don't like Rush.
Supporters here, and you're talking to the one idiot. Good.
I got a lot of people. So what are you gonna do now? Just walk home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a job, thank you.
What is your job?
I'm a graphic designer.
Are you gay?
I am queer.
Oh, you don't use the term gay?
Well, I'm not gay, I'm bisexual.
Oh, I've always been suspicious of bisexual. It seems like a phase.
Oh, well.
I see a lot of old bi people.
Oh, well, you're pretty ignorant.
Okay, well, this has been very enlightening.
J fucking K. Mr. I don't go off of hypothetical statistics.
And I'd be careful going home. I'm not threatening you. I'm saying genuinely.
Well, it seems like a threat.
No. Look, I'm with these guys. I'm not going to chase you down the street. But safe travels, friend.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay, bye.
Okay, goodbye. Have a nice night.
I mean, of all the things you can say about him, it is kind of brave. I mean, he's a fucking idiot, but he's a brave idiot. You're an American student, feminist, human against Trump.
I am.
What's your biggest problem with him?
Mostly everything. It's pretty hard to pinpoint it, but
I've noticed that's an issue with these people. Can you just give me one little maybe sentence he said that you disagree with, or one policy he's going to enact? So far your biggest beefs are that he described his daughter as attractive, and that his penis came up in a debate that you haven't seen.
not my biggest beefs, no.
Well, that's all we got. Well, you got a big one?
Yeah, he's racist. He's sexist. I haven't heard really any firm policy
Well, we just keep hearing these terms, racist. What's a racist thing he said?
that he insinuating that Mexico is sending their rapists.
They are. 80% of the young girls who cross the border get raped. I thought you feminists hate rape.
I do.
So do you think 80% is a pretty bad stat for women getting raped? 80% of the women crossing the border get raped.
By Americans?
No, by illegals.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Don't thank me. I didn't rape anybody.
I didn't say you did, but you're coming and you're spinning everything that
No, I'm just trying to tell you basic information.
80%
80% of young women who cross the border get raped.
by illegals.
Yes, by coyotes and illegals. Why wouldn't
By
you have looked?
coyotes. Goodbye.
Wow.